Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to get user input within a loop. So you can consider it an indefinite loop that's just going to keep going on until we tell it to stop. So we can get unlimited user input essentially. This is a much better solution than what I have here, which is where you get all of the input on one line and then we split it into its individual parts. All of that works. It's not really ideal because when you're in here, you have to space things out by spaces, not commas. So if I go in here and type some stuff out, if I accidentally put a comma in here, it's going to mess up the data. And if I accidentally hit enter, well then the program ends. So it's really not ideal. And you can see the comma right there attached to tomato. We don't want to be eating no tomatoes with commas. So we're going to redo this code and we're going to use a loop. What are we going to keep here? We're going to keep the for loop at the end to actually print the data because our goal is to get it in a list just like this solution here. We're going to change the prompts here. So let's just go up to the top and we're just going to say something like hit enter after each food, cue to quit. And if you want, you can actually take part of this and put it on a new line if you'd like. And the easiest way to do that is to just use another print. So we'll say print, pass that in, and save it. All right, so now we're going to create a loop, and the way we do this is say while true. And if you don't want the world to explode and then implode afterwards, you need to break out of this loop. So anytime you say while true, that's going to create an infinite loop. Infinite loops equal bad. Don't do that. So we need to have a break somewhere in this. So I'll show you where to do that, but for now what we're going to do is we're going to get user input. So we'll say something like data and assign it input. And just be careful what you name this variable here. My first thought is always to call it in, but that's a keyword and we don't want to do that. So get rid of that and let's just go with data. And what we do now is we actually check the data. So we say if data is equal to Q, if it is that character, we are going to break. That is where the break keyword goes, and that should do the trick. The only other thing is if it's not equal to Q, we need to add it to a list. So we need to create a list and then append it to the list. So we'll say faves.append and pass in data. Up here, we're going to create that list. So we'll say faves and just create it as an empty list. So this should do the trick. The only other improvement I got is to actually lower this data such that if they put an uppercase Q, it also quits. And let's just hope that there's no foods out there called Q because that's just gonna mess everything up. So to lowercase this, we're going to say stir.lower. All right, now I'm gonna zoom out so you can see everything. A little too far there, Caleb, back it up. All right, so this is all of our code. Let's run it and give it a try. Hit enter after each food. All right, we'll say kale, spinach, and asparagus. Hit enter, and now we're done. So we're going to hit Q, enter. And look, it worked. And the benefit here is we can use vegetables with spaces, whereas the previous example using split would consider those to be two different vegetables. So going through an example of this, we'll run it. And let's say we put in bok choy and then we quit. It says you said bok choy as one element. So yeah, we just won. That's how you get data within a loop and append it to a list. Next